Hello, it is everybody's favorite goth BF, TenTillDeath again, and we are back, my fellow bats, with another video discussion. And now, before we continue, whoever's watching this out there, you probably saw the video title, and you're probably saying to yourself, there is no way I am about to take advice from a guy in clown makeup. That's probably what you're telling yourself if you're a non-goth or a non-alt individual. But just listen, because currently at this moment in time, I got it pretty good in my life. And I'm here in my own house at the moment. So you're probably wondering, like, what? An alt person with their own house? Like, yeah, going to school, so much more than that, There's a lot. But today we're going to be talking about something. And this is not a video to demean my fellow brothers. This is not to demean my fellow men as a guy myself, And as a guy myself, I share a lot of these sentiments with you guys. I share a lot of these same things that you guys have gone through. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Today I want to talk about us as men. Whether you're 20 years old, whether you're still in high school, whether you're an older individual. And there's a lot that you can learn from older individuals, believe it or not. There's a lot of life experience. Not everything you're going to learn from an older person is going to be, turn out to be true. But, based on the fact that they've lived all these years and they've got to experience all these things that you haven't experienced yet in your life, there are some takeaways you can take away from older individuals. So I always tell people, respect your elders when it comes to the knowledge that they can provide that'll assist you in your life. Because there's, as a young person myself, I remember as a teenager, I hated my elders and I never wanted to take any advice from my elders because I just thought they were full of baloney and garbage. But now I understand. So anyways, let's get into it right now. So, men. Here we go. You're probably going through struggles in your life right now, or maybe you have gone through these struggles before, where you feel like, and, I've been at this point. My best friend has been at this point. I used to be a part of online communities where I've seen men go through this, where they feel like they're worthless. They feel like the entire world is against them, where they feel like all the women they see online do not like them. And they feel like there's nothing for them. They feel like that they can never get up in life. They feel like they can never find a potential dating partner. Maybe that's the situation you're in right now, that you can't find a potential dating partner. You feel like everything is stacked against you. And especially if you're in America at the moment, you probably feel that way, or you've probably felt that way at least at some point in recent years. But I want you to know one thing, and this is very important. Because I used to be one of these individuals. My best friend used to be one of these individuals. So I want you to know, all of your problems cannot be blamed on women. Okay? All of your problems cannot be blamed on women. I know. You're like, whoa, what do you mean my problems can't be blamed on women? Are you seeing are you seeing how I'm being rejected on the social dating apps? Are you seeing on TikTok all the stuff these women are saying? Whoa, let me explain. Now, especially if you live in America as a man, especially with inflation the last few years, okay, maybe there are some things you can blame. Maybe there are some things that you can blame your problems on, right? But you can't blame all your problems on women. And I've been in that situation before. First off, when it comes to dating, right? Now, I remember I've spent months at one point just failing at dating. Back and forth with these women. And one of the hardest things that I've come to understand about dating, and they're right about this, is dating is a game. Now, I know, should it be a game? No, it should never be a game. Unfortunately, it really is a game. And, from my understanding, a lot of times you do have to talk to multiple people at once until you can find a potential match. Because what I've noticed is there's a lot of men, and we settle. Us as men, we settle for less. Especially what I've noticed is a lot of men are having self-esteem issues right now. When you have those self-esteem issues, you are willing to settle for less. And so most of the time, guys will settle for the first thing that comes to them. And I want you as a man to know, don't try to settle for the first thing that comes to you in the dating sphere. There's multiple options out there. And I learned from women, I thought it was weird for so many years how they could just, talk to multiple men at once as part of dating until they chose the right guy. But then I finally understood why. I used to be one of those guys that just used to talk endlessly month on month to the same girl until they ghosted me. Now ask yourself, why are you still talking to the same girl months for months on these apps? And you still aren't even, an official thing yet. What are you expecting, right? What are you expecting to happen? That's just going to kick off and you guys are going to be partners? If you keep pushing it, it's probably not going to happen, man. And so your best bet is to, talk to multiple women at once, right? Should it have to be that way? No. Unfortunately, that's how it is. So that's the first thing. I want you as a man to know it is possible. It is possible to find a girlfriend. But sometimes you got to change things up. Is the current dating economy for men pretty trash? Yes. Is it trash for women too? Yes, What? And I know you're probably saying as a man, no, there's no way. There's no way. These women got it made easy. I have seen from my sisters personally and women that I personally know where it is hard. Now check this out. Check this out as men. Most of us as men, and yes, this is a very biased thing, we see a hot girl, we automatically assume all the guys are up on her. We probably assume a very derogatory term to describe her, and we probably assume she's messing around with all these different men. Remember, you are judging that girl based off of their looks, right? You're thinking, oh, she's got all these men on her just because of her looks. No. I used to work with what you would call 10 out of 10 women, if you want to call them that. And a lot of them had trouble with dating because a lot of the guys out there assumed that, because, they look like a 10 out of 10 snack, they're probably an SLUT. And so a lot of guys would just try to slide up in their DMs and try to, one night stand them. And those women, they didn't want to do no one night stands. So understand, it goes both ways. It is, it is not, it's not like that. Secondly, this whole thing about, us as guys, we're blaming all of our problems on girls. The whole thing about, if I just had a girlfriend, I know how you're feeling. If you just had a girlfriend, your life would be better. If you just, had a lover, your life would be better. I was in that camp too. I spent my entire life up until I was with my ex-fiance thinking that. And I realized I was wrong. The fact of the matter is, you're not looking for a lover to get better. You're really looking for help. And you're probably going like, huh? What? That sounds stupid of you to say. No. You're looking for help. Truthfully, inside, you as a man, you got self-esteem issues you're dealing with, and you can't accept it. You're dealing with all sorts of, internal problems that you've pushed aside for years, and you can't accept it. And you think having a love or having a lover or having a partner is going to solve your problems. Maybe it might make you a little happy in the short term, like it did for me. It made me a little happy in the short term, but those self-esteem issues aren't going to go away once you get that girlfriend. Maybe it might go away just for a little bit, but it's never going to permanently go away. Those jealousy issues you have, they're not going to go away once you get that girlfriend. The truth of the matter is, you're not looking for a mate to solve your issues. You're looking for help. And that's the fact of the matter as a guy. And so, saying all of this stuff about, if a girl would just date you, your whole life would be better. This is not an anime. This is not a fictional piece of work. This is real life. And that was the same thing for me, After my splitting from my ex-fiance, I realized I had so many issues I had to deal with. Childhood trauma, insecurities, jealousy when it came to my relationship. All sorts of issues. And I would just sit down and I was like, man, all of these issues I have to work on with myself as a man. And how it affected my relationship with my ex-fiance. So you as a man, I'm telling you, It might make you happy right there in the short term to get a girlfriend, and it'll make you feel happy in that moment, that dopamine hit, but it's not going to solve the problems that you're facing here in your heart and you're facing up here. Bingo, right? Next. I want you to know, as a man, you are loved. You are worthy. And I know TikTok and social media doesn't make you feel like that. But I want you to take a step back as a man. I want you to get off TikTok for a minute. I want you to get off the Twitters. I want you to get away, even right here as you're viewing this on YouTube. I want you to look at your YouTube really hard. Are you subscribed to those YouTube channels where they talk about, women posting all of this stuff online? Because I used to be like that. I plead the fifth here. When I was a teenager, I fell for the whole MGTOW, YouTube channel rabbit hole. And you've probably been down that rabbit hole before. You're probably going down there right now, where you follow all these YouTube channels, and all they do is post content about what women are saying about us men online, right? And it makes you feel bad about yourself as a man. It makes you think that women just do not like you as a man, that all women are garbage. That's how you're feeling about yourself as a man. And watching those videos, believe it or not, it only decreases your self-esteem, and it actually increases the biases that you may hold towards women. And, me and my best friend, we're not like this anymore, but we've talked about this because me and him, we both followed that type of content for years, and we realized how negative it made us as a person. And I need you to get away from that content. I need you to get away from the X, from the TikTok, from, the YouTube channels you watch that are like that, because the fact of the matter is this. Out here in the real world, a good example, and I've talked about this in a previous video, I took a 3-month break from social media. I took a 3-month break, and I focused, I spent all this time out here in the real world unplugged from social media. So I had no clue what was going on online. And, the interactions I got to make with people, the friendships, relationships, my humanity all increased. And what I realized, all of, those 3 months that I spent there in the real world away from social media, all of that stuff you see on social media is mostly just vocal minority groups. Out there, at work, most of the women, they're not like those, women that you see on TikTok saying all men should die. Most of the women aren't like that I've come to find out here in the real world. It's just the vocal minority you see online. So understand that as a man, these women don't hate you. It's just a very small vocal minority as a man. So once you've come to understand that what you see online, those channels, that content you follow, it's intentional. It's intentional by these content creators to get you hooked, to get you to keep coming back, so, their views can go up, so they can continue being recommended to the algorithm, so they can make the money. And as a content creator myself, I can confirm this, Right now, the current videos I make are low quality, no editing videos, really, compared to my previous content where I used to go all in on the content editing. So, those videos are designed to, get you in, get you hooked, so those content creators can make money off of you. And in turn, what you get back? Decreased self-esteem issues, and you become more angry. So understand that as a man, at the end of the day, when it comes to dating, when it comes to this stuff online that you see women saying, most of it is just utter lies. Take a 3-month break away from social media and see how the world really is. See how women really are. Yeah, you're going to find some women out there that are like the ones you see online, but I've also come to find women that really do value themselves as women. There are a ton of women that I've come across in the real world that value, their bodies, that value, everything, that, have an ounce of respect for themselves. And at the end of the day, that's up to a woman. If a woman wants to sleep around, with people, hey man, just like us as men, if we want to sleep around with multiple people, that's up to us. But understand, at the end of the day, a woman is not the reason why you're sad. A woman is not the reason why you're currently failing at life. Not every man is meant to get in a relationship with a woman. Not every man is meant to have kids. Not every man is meant to get married to a woman. The reason why you're down and you're out and you feel like the world is against you is because you got low self-esteem issues. It's because you're depressed and you need to go to therapy. Stop with this. Stop with this, and I need you as a man to go get help. I hope this video serves as a wake-up call, and I hope you've taken some aspect out of it. Now, this is not to say that, making this video, this is not me saying that, all women are innocent. No, there's innocent people. No, there's guilty people that do horrible things on both the men's side and the woman's side. That's a topic for another day. That's a discussion for another day. But understand that you as a man, your whole life does not revolve around a woman. There is more to life than what meets the eye. There is so much more. And I hope that you as a man understand that. I hope that you as a man understand that. I know, you as a man, you've probably had a messy breakup that made you think negative of women. You've probably had a very messy divorce. There's women that had the same thing. There's so many women out there, so many women's stories that I've heard and read, where they went through a messy breakup with a guy that they trusted for years. And it changed how they viewed men. Just how it's changed how you viewed women because of the stuff you see online, because of the stuff you experience. But understand, a woman is not the reason why your life is currently hell. Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you can, take something from it. Until next time, stay strong, my brothers. Peace.